This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, Emma finds anime recommendations on TikTok.
TikTok made me do it, and I'm mad that they were right.
Can we make that a segment? TikTok made me do it.
No.
Please don't. Aaron brings the emotional damage. Now, on the note of not wholesome at all, Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean, different kind of wholesome.
Nice.
And the new Digimon movie is surprisingly dark. Aaron, you mentioned what happened in your screening, because there is a scene.
Oh, yeah.
The entire screen goes red.
And the implication is that violence is about to ensue.
It's over 9,000! NANI?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You're tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive in the world of anime, manga, and Japanese otaku culture. I'm Kyle, and with me is Aaron.
Yo.
And our celebrity, Emma.
Hello. I'm the backup.
You are. Well, actually, you chose to join us today.
This is very true. It's because it's either this or I have to do some laundry. So here I
You
am.
made the right choice.
Thank you.
did. This episode, Digimon Adventure 02, The Beginning, the movie. Wow, it's a mouthful. Is in the cinemas. And we've all been to see it.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, actually,
Separately.
yeah.
Yeah.
Separately, yeah.
Yes.
We both went on little dates.
Little days.
Little
Yeah, we did.
Romance.
To watch Digimon, which was really dark.
Oh boy.
It was really dark. But yes, that's what we're touching on this episode. It is in the cinemas at the moment. If you're in Australia, the last chance will probably be this week. Sugoiko, who are a new spin-off from the guys who set up Madman Anime, a new distributor in Australia, and they got the rights for it. And they've done a pretty good run of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Neat.
If you are new to the podcast, welcome. And if you've recently come from the new top 5 best anime podcast licks on Digcerto, another big hello. We were recently featured in their list of best anime podcasts. We couldn't be more chuffed. You can find the link for the details on that in the episode description for the full article. But a big shout out to the girls at Shoujo Sunday for tagging us, because I didn't know we weren't tagged. And if they hadn't tagged us, we never would have known.
We weren't tagged.
No.
They were like, hey, go look at this, but we won't tell you where they live.
Yeah. Well, it's more they didn't tag us on social media, Digcerto. So,
Right.
So if you are a fan of deep dives into shoujo anime, check out Shoujo Sunday. They started around the same time as us. So, Illumini,
wow.
if you will. And they're pretty good. They've got some amazing reviews and analysis of shoujo series, and they're definitely worth checking out.
Are they in the area? We're going to do a collab?
They're in the States, my understanding is, unfortunately.
Maybe we'll do
Maybe
it.
we could card capture episode with them.
Yeah, do like a call or something?
Maybe. I'll see what they say.
Hey, yo, Shoujo Sunday, what's up?
Hit us up again.
Well, the best thing is that it's Shoujo Sundays in the ice cream, and they release on Sundays, I believe.
That's cute.
Oh, so they do Sundays, we do Mondays.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, in the vein of shameless plugging, we also have a YouTube channel where we share anime-related videos and interviews, including with voice actors, and you can also support us on Patreon, where we share extra content, including a whole other podcast called The Pre-Show. And this
Oh, boy.
pre-show was 40 minutes of us talking a lot of trash.
Mostly about the cats.
Mostly about Digimon.
Mostly about Digimon.
Then cats, and then...
What we're doing with the show.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you guys were talking about something. I tuned out for a bit there, so I was like in the pre-show.
Everyone was imagining being on Shoujo Sunday, just like,
like,
this is the stepping stone to getting to where I want to be.
The other reason you can sign up is you get the chance to vote on episode topics such as our annual Halloween and Valentine's Day episodes. Now, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, details on all of those are in the episode description. But let's get stuck in, because we need to talk about what we've been watching first.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio!
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know! Hooray! I did the thing!
Oni-chan, nani wo miru? What we're watching. Well.
Well,
Wellity.
Did Jimmy fall down the well again?
Yes, he did. And he ended up in season 2 of Hypnosis, Mike.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Aaron, you've been watching this, and
What is hypnosis? I've never heard of it.
Okay, so this is season 2 of it. The basic overview of season 1 when it started was these groups of 3 pretty boys.
Yes, I'm there already.
All of them have different jobs, and they all come together to form these little rap battle groups.
Oh, you lost me.
Yep, I was waiting for that.
And so, it's post-war. The government's released these things called hypnosis microphones, and they're the ultimate weapon. And basically what they do is they project your lyrics as actual weapons that do mental damage to the opponents.
Okay, you hooked me back in again. Well done.
And so initially it's about these different groups, and they have to do a competition to see who gets in charge of Ikebukuro. And now it's season 2, and there's this weird group that's hypnotizing people and making them committing crimes. So all of the groups are now helping each other, and there's a couple of new groups in there too, and they're trying to discover who did this, why they did it, and what's going on.
How many of these mics are there? Surely.
A lot.
Why?
There are actually even illegal hypnosis mics.
Weapons
out
of
there.
mass
Oh, that
distraction.
checks out. Yeah.
Okay. It is a music anime.
It is a music anime,
And we
and
all know how I feel about those.
Yep. But
Badly.
you might actually like this.
Yeah, like government subterfuge, espionage, kind of
espionage.
like
Yeah.
all that kind of mind control.
Well, it's more, I think you might
darkness.
actually like the music.
I like that.
well, it's a multimedia show. It's got like a mobile game.
Of course
It's
it does.
got like drama CDs and audios on YouTube.
Yep.
It's just everywhere.
Yeah, it's basically the same sort of vein of concept as
Love Live.
Love Live.
Yeah.
Oh god,
And
you lost me.
Idolmaster.
No,
No, not
But
as in
it's-
musically.
It's Pretty Boys.
As in, like, they've taken the same formula but applied it to rap battles and Pretty Boys. Yeah.
There's a guy who's a doctor, a guy who's a host club
a doctor?
worker. There's a guy who's in the military. There's a guy who's ex-Yakuza. There's a guy who's salaryman. There's a guy who's a writer. There's a guy who's a gambling addict. There's
It's really bad because when you said salary man, I thought you were going to say salad maker. I'm like, oh.
I mean,
what?
look, it wouldn't be surprised. One of the
I
new
evidently need
crews
to eat salad.
has a monk in it.
Nice.
Yeah, but he's got like red spiky hair and is all like grizzly and.
His rhymes are pretty up there.
Well, so what happens is their hypnosis mics all sort of look the same, but then when they start rap battling, they all sort of transform, and his turns into one of the monk staffs with the rings.
I was like, that doesn't sound like a euphemism at all.
No, heavens
No.
Transforming microphones.
No, they get bigger.
Anyway, where watch Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll. Season 1 and Season 2.
All right, let's talk about something Emma's been watching.
Oh,
The Apothecary Diaries.
So TikTok made me do it.
Did
Honestly,
it?
it's and I'm mad that they were right.
Can we make that a segment?
TikTok made me
TikTok.
do it.
TikTok made me do it.
No,
Please don't.
please no. But honestly, this show is so good.
It is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I had 8 episodes there before I found it, and I watched them in 2 days, and that's like while I'm working as well. Like I have a day job, and then I came home, smashed 4 episodes a night while trying to be an adult at the same time. And I'm really sad that I only have 8 episodes.
There should be another
So
episode
good.
this weekend.
It's set in like ancient China. It's a historical romance comedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So fictional
And-
country based on Ming era China.
Yeah. It's they don't say it's China, but it's definitely China.
One of
The
those
land
shows,
of
yeah.
the emperor, concubines kind of thing. And the premise is there's this girl who her father is an apothecary or a pharmacist, and she gets kidnapped and sold to the Rhea Palace, which is where all the concubines live. And they, through a series of events, they find out she's like a poison expert. So she becomes one of the top concubines, food taster, and then she also does all this other stuff, saving people and whatever. And it's so beautiful. The characters are stunning.
Yeah, it's very beautifully animated.
Yeah, and it's got some tongue-in-cheek humor as well. It's just really just a great watch.
It's also got a little bit of spiciness.
Ooh,
A little bit of spiciness.
Yeah. It's animated by Toho Studios and OLM. So that kind of makes sense why it's really pretty, because both of them
Yeah,
do
it's
really
so
good
beautiful. The
animation.
character designs are wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, like, this is like, it's PG, but there are some, shall we say, mature themes involved in this.
Well, yeah, part of the reason why the girl that gets kidnapped knows a lot of just things in general is because she grew up near a brothel.
In the red light district.
Right.
Yeah, so she knows a lot of poisons from makeups, a lot of poisons because there was like suicide back then, if you were trapped in a brothel, was more common kind of thing. So she knows heaps of things because of that aspect. So that does go hand in hand, but it's not super seedy.
No.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause I generally do not
You do
like
not.
that if it goes too far, but this is nice. It's fine.
And this actually started as a novel series, like not even a manga or a light novel series, an actual physical novel series, a big old school book.
Wow.
So, and that started in 2011. It's still ongoing. And the light novel started in 2014 and has very rapidly caught up to it. Then manga started in 2017. That's got 17 volumes. So that's monthly Sunday Gene X apparently. But if it's got 17 volumes, it's been smashing them out.
Yeah.
So-
I really enjoy it because it's got a lot of historical elements. Like, I'm a history nerd. So it dives into like the meaning of giving someone a hairpin. The makeup was poisonous back then. Like, I'm not sure what it was made out of in China, but in England it was lead based.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the white one, and like it's got all these tiny little things that you're like, oh, that's interesting. So I've had to Google quite a lot of things, and it's just really interesting that they've kind of carried all these little tidbits in there, like historically correct tidbits. Yeah.
Moving along, let's talk about
Making
Dr.
Kyle's life harder.
Stone Season 3. I don't have time to edit all of this out.
Well, that's why I stopped talking after you said that, so you could edit it out.
I'll just put a censor. Burp. Dr. Stone Season 3, Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it still me? Is
No,
that
it's,
yours?
it's me. It's me.
Right.
It's all of us. Like both you and I
Have
are
you been watching
this
it?
No.
No.
I haven't seen a single episode.
Ooh-wee.
Well, it's good fun. It's good fun.
It is
Mr.
good fun.
Meeseeks? You went, ooh-wee.
No.
So Dr. Stone, if you're not aware of the series, a big green glow goes across the entire planet, turning everyone to stone, and then people start waking up about a couple of thousand years later.
Yeah.
And they start rebuilding the world from scratch using stone science and, making...
The help of a boy genius.
Called Senku.
Yeah.
It looks like he's an onion with his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the character of Senku because he is a boy genius. Like,
Yeah.
he's like absolute, like,
Jimmy
OP.
Neutron?
Yeah, basically, he is Jimmy Neutron because he is weak as... Like, he is
Yeah.
a gangly little nothing of a
Put all
child.
his stats into int.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that he's not, like, the best boy. You know,
At
he is
everything,
the
yeah.
strongest of all of them and the smartest and the most handsomest. Like, he has
also
his
has, like,
thing.
No interest in romance either. Like, he gets, like...
Yeah, zero
engaged.
charisma.
Yeah. No, he gets engaged to someone
To the most beautiful girl in the village.
and then immediately divorces her
And he's like, no thanks.
just so that
I'm
he can
busy.
be the chief of the village.
Oh, yeah, so he can make important decisions. Yeah.
It was
Wow.
really funny. But yeah, like the characters that, like, it does become like, I wouldn't say cast of thousands, but they do build up to quite a large team.
Yeah.
And each person has an individual area of expertise. There is no one who is just fantastic at everything all the time.
Yeah, and there's no one who has nothing to offer either.
Yeah, this is true. Like, characters who you think in season 1 are super evil are still around in season 3 and actually have a purpose.
Yeah, there's a lot of good development
Character
arcs.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoy it. We're at the point at the moment where we are about to find out. Well, we're on an island where they think the origin of the stone, like the petrification beam, has come from.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Small world that they could just cross one ocean and find it, huh?
Yeah.
Is it Minecraft?
Oh, I don't think so.
Anyway, that they had an idea of where it came from based on like trigonometry, because science.
Boy
They did the
genius.
science.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really good. I think it isn't being talked about because the season's been split in two. So we had season 1, which ran for 24 episodes, season 2, which ran for 12, and then season 3 has been 2 halves of 12. And after the first half felt quite slow, and I think people might have dropped it because it was during that blockbuster mega season when we had like 30 series that were worth watching.
Oh, yeah. It took us a real long time to come back around to
Yeah.
Dr. Stone just because we didn't have the time for it.
Yeah. This season's a good season for it. But yeah, really good. Highly recommend. Still all the same goofy science. I've read the manga all the way to the end. Not sure on the end because it kind of feels like yeah. I'm not going to...
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Have we discussed Attack on Titan and how it's finally ended?
We haven't even watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it either. I dropped it when they were like season finale, part 3, XYZ, Kingdom Hearts, 3 over 5 days.
Return of the Titan and the...
Yeah.
There's so many people trying to defend the fact that it's like, the final season was named that because Mappa didn't think they'd make a second second season afterwards. It's like, it was one of the highest grossing series.
Yeah.
Like, it had
Yeah.
the highest view figures.
Yeah.
The only reason WIT didn't take it on anymore is they didn't have the capacity. They handed it to Mappa because they have an inter-studio relationship. And then, Mappa just went, okay, it's the final season. The final season now has more episodes than the normal season. So... yeah. And I mean combined, like season 1, 2, and 3 have less episodes than the final season, part 1, 2, 3, plus the spin-off videos.
Yeah, I'm just really tired of these shenanigans,
Yeah. Like they knew what they were doing. Like,
Yeah.
And I said this on the podcast when they announced the final season. I said, there is no way you can finish the show in that season.
Well, we did discuss it and we did say that they'd have to do a
movie.
Promised Neverland.
Yeah. If they were going to do that and ruin it. And they didn't, but they've just, confused everyone forever.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
Attack on Titan was massive. Like, do you remember all the cosplayers?
Yeah.
Like, and then people were out doing the whole, like, salute thing and
Yeah.
potatoes and the Titan cosplayers.
Yeah.
So many Titan cosplayers.
But it's like, this is the thing, like, because it's become such a joke, it has lost its steam.
yeah.
Yeah, it's also a lot of the momentum.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it is a good story. But I finished reading the manga like 4 years ago. Hello, Kumo.
He wants to be on the podcast now.
Yeah, we've got 2
He
podcast
has opinions
guests
about
now.
Attack on Titan too.
Yeah.
He does. He likes jumping and going aerial and attacking things on strings.
Right.
So, Dr. Stone, you can catch that all on Crunchyroll. Highly recommend it. Great fun.
Good wholesome show.
Now, on the note of not wholesome at all, Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean,
Yeah.
different kind of wholesome.
Nice.
We're not going to spoil anything, but let's just say this season's dark. There is a lot of pain. There is a lot of loss.
This season really gets to it,
Yeah.
They get slicey dicey and not very nicey.
They
Yeah.
do not. And
I like how the first half was all like, haha, tra la 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 la, and then
Yeah.
yeah, Shibuya
Happy little
incident.
flashback.
yeah,
Shibuya
look at them,
incident
they're having fun
is
as
horrible.
kids.
It's like horrible, but it's amazing. It's so good. Like
It's brutal.
just be aware that like this has character deaths. It is one of the Dark Trilogy. It means that, if someone dies, they ain't coming back.
Yeah, it's for keeps. It plays for keeps.
Yeah.
Except for that one death right at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's kind of a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's attacking the sword that I told you to poke him with.
Wow. Kumo is...
That's the second knife he's tried to go for today.
I'm going to see a trend.
Our cat is violent, apparently. So
He's a
Jujutsu
black cat.
Kaisen, this is Kumo, our second cat, but Jujutsu Kaisen is on Crunchyroll at the moment. Highly recommend watching it. It is one of the standout series of the current generation.
If you can, if you're not watching it, save it until all the episodes are out.
Oh, yes.
Because it is so bingeable.
January.
Oh, you mean season 2? Okay, I was worried you meant the whole thing. I was like, that's not happening for like another 50 years.
No.
No. It's like the whole season if you can.
Yeah.
To just watch in a sitting because it's killing us that we have to wait.
Yeah. So season 1, then watch the movie, which is a prequel, because that does play into the rest of the story. You'll then understand who some of these people are that keep flashing up on the screen who we haven't seen in the actual series are.
You know what would be fun? Watching in chronological order.
Oh.
So like Shibuya Incident, 0, season 1, and then the rest of season 2.
Well, no. Shibuya Incident is the most recent.
Oh no, I meant
The flash forward, flashback things.
First part of season 2, season 1.
No, first part of season 2, then 0, then.
Oh yeah,
because that's when they're in school, and then 0 is when he's a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be missing a lot of context though.
It'd be interesting to see it how they see it.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, it would be. But yeah. It's really good. It's the English translation for Jujutsu Kaisen is sorcery fight, and we're never going to call it that.
Yeah.
Even though that is actually what it translates to. It's just JJK is better. So
we're only going to call it that to make fun of it.
Yeah. So look, if you've been watching or reading something interesting that you've really enjoyed, let us know in the comment section over on YouTube or on socials. For instance, I finished all of Bleach, the manga, and it was good.
Wow.
Was it?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay, because I got up to the 1,000-Year Blood War. And I got like, I think halfway through it. And then I just went, no, Ichigo's a Mary Sue. Every time there's a new villain, he's got their powers. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's Superman.
And then they rewrite his origin again.
Yeah, it's the Superman quandary
Yeah.
where, it's episodic. So new bad guy needs to be defeated with new powers.
Yeah.
That's why Superman is OP.
Yeah.
I mean, like reading it all, having it all been released together and getting from the beginning to the end in about 2-3 months, it makes a lot of sense. Like there are signs in those early chapters that point to what's happening at the end. But you are right. It does seem like every time his new power comes up, it's because there's more about his background. And it's not necessarily rewriting it. It's just adding more and more like little hyphens. Like, this also happened and this also happened and this also happened.
Well, it's just like also conveniently enough, they were insert new bad guy here.
Though I did quite like the twist for Zangetsu. Like that was quite well done.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of Bleach. I don't know anything about Bleach. And I made this purposeful decision after I finished watching all of Naruto. Yeah. I was like, I cannot do this to myself again.
Well, Bleach is much shorter.
Yes.
The manga. The anime, no. The anime has more filler than Naruto. It's pretty bad.
Although some of the filler's good.
Some of the filler is good. Anyway, that's what I've been reading as well. So there you go. Now reading Jujutsu Kaisen. So because by the time I actually catch up to the current arc will finish. So
true.
It'll work well. Anyway, let's get on to what we actually really do need to talk about, and that is the Digimon Adventure movie.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
We'll be there on time. There's 20 minutes of ads.
Cinema Club.
My God, the ads were so bad.
Oh my God, the ads were so bad.
Were they?
At Hoyt's, yeah.
Yes.
Because I managed to get in, like, I caught the tail end of Boy and the Heron, and then the movie started.
We had a preview for the Disney film, the new Wish one, which looks terrible, twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the beginning and just before the film.
It was like one that advertised the film and one that advertised Hoyt's showing the film.
Yeah.
The ads were so inappropriate.
Yeah.
One of them was from Barbagallo, which is like a luxury car brand.
You think
as
if we're
in
going
like
to see a Digimon
luxury
film,
car
we can
seller,
we can
so they
afford
sell
a
like
Lamborghini?
Jeeps and all those fancy ones. As if we can afford those.
Yeah.
We're too busy buying figurines of Angemon.
Yeah. Or getting tattoos and shirts of Vmon.
Which Aaron has and is wearing.
Had to.
Yeah, of course. All right, so Digimon Adventure 02, the movie, the beginning. This is in cinemas at the time of recording here in Australia, but by the time this episode is out in the wild, it'll be in the final week. This focuses on the Digimon Adventure 02 crew, and is set after the film Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, so about 2 years afterwards. It is based on the original 2 Digimon TV anime series, so it's part of a continuing continuity. It serves as the sort of series finale of the O2 story, apparently, but we'll see.
I realized there was a bit of an inconsistency in it. He was the first Digi Destined, right?
Yeah.
But that girl who was going around in Last Evolution Kizuna seems like she was older than him.
Yeah, but she could have got the Digimon later. Because if...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was what, like 4?
Yeah, he was 4.
It was
Yeah.
1996 when he got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So there is some time play in this. This is, if you watch Last Evolution Kizuna, it is not as high action as that was. This
No.
one is definitely much more of an analysis of the characters and their connection to their Digimon, as opposed to Kizuna, where it was, about moving on and about growing up.
Yeah.
So this one you're not going to be crying in. Kizuna you will be crying in.
I don't know. I was almost on the verge of tears because it was a little bit cringe at times.
Yeah, look, if you watch the original Digimon Adventure 02, it is exactly the same style of writing, the exact same style of behavior.
Yeah. Which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, it is very true to the OG.
Yeah.
But because of that, and because I'm not like 9 anymore, I was just like, oh, I can't handle all this talk about friendship.
I know. It's
All this
so
talk about
bitter now.
ramen.
I'm just bitter.
All right. So the premise of the story is set 2 years after the battle against Eosmon, and Davis, Ken, Yoli, Cody, TK, and Kari meet a boy named Rui Owada, who is found with a depowered Digivice and claims to be the first Digi Destined ever. In addition, a giant egg appears above Tokyo Tower, and suddenly messages go around the world saying everyone will have their own Digimon partner. Now, we won't go too deep into the spoilerific and what's going on from there.
If you want that, though,
Hang on,
check
are
the
you
pre-show.
reading the actual synopsis, yeah?
Some of it.
Yeah. What's the name of the kid on this?
Louis.
Rui.
Yeah, because you said Rui, but the English translation is Louis.
Yeah.
And it says Louis on all the signs in it. But it's the...
Yeah.
Translation. And R's and L's in Japan.
Yeah, like I don't know why they changed it. They could have just called him
Rui.
Well,
it's because everyone else's name is kind of...
They all got westernized.
Like Cody. You wouldn't find a Japanese guy called Cody.
Well, TK is
Yeah,
Takeru.
but at least it works.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't find a Stephanie because they literally don't have those vowels,
Or a
like
Lauren.
the language to do that. But Cody, they can.
Cody. Yeah, actually, yeah. I didn't actually pick up on that. It took me a minute. It's interesting because they don't say Louis in the cast listing or like in brackets where some of the other ones have.
But they call all the other Digidestined their English names.
Yeah. Look, this was a great film. If you watch the original Adventure 02, and it does tie up a lot of the story parts. It's not going to be for everyone, and especially if you were kind of towards, shall we say, if you were a bit older when Digimon 02 came out and you found it a little bit cringe, you are going to find this even more cringe because of it, because it has kept the same style, which is very true to the originals.
Yeah, exceptionally wholesome, kind of cram it down your throat wholesome.
The irony being that they try and make it very wholesome, but the content of this story is really dark.
Oh, it's brilliant. I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah, like it's...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. There's some... Let's just say there's a Digimon called Ukamon, and Ukamon's sense of right and wrong is a little bit problematic. Like, it's being...
It's Louis' happiness at all costs.
Yeah.
Davis's Japanese name is Daisuke.
Daisuke.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Did the original call him Daisuke, though?
I don't think
I don't
because it was a
remember the name
4-kids dub.
Davis.
Yeah.
It was a 4-kids dub, so they changed the name of everyone.
Because Ken's name is Kenichi Joji, and I'm pretty sure it stays the same in Japanese.
Ken, yeah.
It's like Yoli's name is Miyako in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Cody is Iori.
That's a real big change.
Yeah.
Kari's was Hikari, which,
Easy.
yeah.
They kept Ken the same, because of course.
Yeah.
And TK.
Yeah, Takeru.
Yeah, because TK works for both his first and last name, because it's Takeru Takeshi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a mouthful.
Takeshi,
TK.
which is Johnny Young Bosch,
Yes.
who is the voice of Vash the Stampede.
He's a lot of
Oh,
voices.
who was the voice of Davis? Because that guy does literally everything.
Brian Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
else
is
does he
Rock
voice?
Lee. Yeah.
That explains the youthful energy.
Yeah, I was like, that explains, the gusto.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of Digimon. He's obviously been Rock Lee as well. The rest aren't that.
No,
wow, he
it'll
hasn't
be-
got a lot.
It'll be Rock Lee that I was
Yeah.
like pinging on.
To be honest, like other than Salty from Alpha and Omega, the video games.
What?
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't know either.
I actually don't. It's
Don't mention Alpha.
wow. That's a weird. It's a 2010 American animated adventure film, but it looks like it's to do with wolves.
Yeah,
I
don't,
mean,
don't,
with the
don't,
title
just-
Alpha and Omega, yeah, that's
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
just cut that
I thought
part
it was
of-
Pokemon. Maybe.
Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole Alpha and Omega thing is
Yeah, not right.
false.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flint the Time Detective as a monk, Atom as I don't know if that is like Atom. No, Alpha Teens on Machines. Wow, a French superhero animated TV series.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you see what I mean? Like it's kind of a little bit weird. Like Digimon and Naruto are his main list, but when you have a look at his filmography, it's pretty short.
Oh, yeah.
So he must be getting a lot of work on just those two franchises.
He was in a lot.
I mean,
of,
he would have. Surely he would have made bank on Naruto alone.
Yeah.
Well, he's in multiple Digimon series,
Yeah.
and he's in Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. That'll do it.
Sound
Peak
of my
shonen
childhood.
energy. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So look, they were really good voice actors for this. They
Yeah, except for
reprised all
the one
original cast.
that did the. It turns into Ankylosaur.
Armadillomon?
That voice.
No, I agree 100%. I don't remember it being that annoying as a child.
Me either.
Me neither. I feel like I've
I
never
always-
heard that voice in my life. It was terrible.
I always thought it was like a heavy southern accent.
That would have been great.
I always thought it was Armadillomon.
That would have been like a
Yeah.
macho, huge Texan man
Robbie
in
Daymond.
the shape of an armadillo. Yes.
Yeah,
That
right?
you could
Yeah,
sell that to me quite
absolutely.
easily. But whatever
Um,
the heck that was.
It sounded like somebody just huffed a bunch of helium.
Yeah.
He's not the original voice.
I didn't think so.
No.
He
Actually
is.
not.
He's the voice of Joe Kiddo in Adventure Try, and in Armadillomon, Anklemon, and Uppermon in Last Evolution Kizuna, and obviously Adventure 02. But other than that, he's not the original voice.
Oh, what?
I wonder who is.
Maybe the original was a southern guy, and this guy's just decided to go his entirely own direction with it.
So many people had to say yes to that
that.
man doing the voice.
That
For,
voice
Yeah.
specifically.
So many people had to be like, yeah, that works. That's fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's got quite an extensive list of dubbing experience, but it just seems like whoever was involved with direction there shouldn't have been in
Yeah.
that. So he did the dub for Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon Crystal, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, and
So his regular voice is a nice voice.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not hard to do a southern accent. It's really not.
Even if he didn't, like, I would have, oh my God, I would have preferred him just screaming into the
He's,
microphone instead of what he actually
Yeah.
did.
He's Moomin Rider in One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
There, he's got a good voice as well. Like, I know Moomin Rider is just like, unlicensed
best
rider.
character.
That's what
funny.
it translates to, unlicensed bike man.
Oh, okay.
Because he
It's
doesn't
really
have
funny.
a car license.
So he bikes everywhere.
Valid.
He's done Marvel stuff. He's done Bucky, FLCL, ReZero, Sword Art Online, Persona 5. He's Goro Akechi.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah. See what I mean? Like, there's such a
It's
diversity.
like, my man has talent.
Well, Goro's
And
got
yet-
a wide range. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
He's Veneer in Konosuba, the demon with the black and white mask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, so he can do a lot of good voices. Like, God of High School, he's Megumi in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, wow.
Like, see what I mean? Like,
They screwed him over with Armadillomon.
Yeah, it's almost
really
as if
did.
he thought this movie was beneath him, so he was like, I don't care, I'm just
Well,
going
he
to do
did
this
it for the
voice.
previous movie as well.
yeah. And for Digimon Try.
And was the voice that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's why it's consistent between the two movies, but I thought I had like some sort of Mandela effect going on.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. Like,
I mean, good for him, but that was bad choice. That was a bad choice.
yeah, feel for him.
All right, in that case, I'm going to blame the director.
I think we do need to blame the director. Let's see who the director is.
Coming for you, bro.
Actually, this was one of the things as well. Like the dub is so. I know we're going well off the actual story of the series, but we don't want to give away too much because this is quite a simple story realistically.
Yes. You can break it down to monkey paw.
Monkey paw.
Yeah, you can. But careful what you wish for.
Yeah,
There's always
That's
a
it.
catch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the dub was done from memory. It wasn't Salami Studios. It was the other one that we knew did a lot of dubbing. And I'm surprised that it's not, like especially that Armadillamon, for instance. Like I'm surprised that got through because the dubs that this group normally does is pretty good.
Actually, I came up with a good analogy for the thing the movie's trying to teach us. And it's very much like a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to learn about each other and not just focus on making one person happy.
Yeah.
You've got to communicate your wants, your needs, and not just be like, oh, I believe that person wants this, so I'm just going to do that for them.
Studiopolis is the dubbing studio. Studiopolis have done a lot. They were part of ADR Productions, and they did Lupin the Third starting in the 1970s. Because they are the combination of two previously known
They've
studios.
been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, they were Screen Music Studios, then Studio E Productions, going up to 2005. They've been around for a long time, and the quality of the stuff they do is good. Like, you just go through the list and it just goes and goes. They did like the original Digimon dubs, for instance, Tiger and Bunny dub,
nice.
Cabaneri, Digimon, Boruto, Naruto, Bungo Stray Dogs, all of the original Sailor Moon. Like, you name it, they did it.
Sorry, under the desk, Kumo is reaching for the cables.
Sorry, we're still dealing with a wild...
Two little arms come up between the desk and the wall under your monitors. He's a long boy.
He's a long boy. He's losing his mind. But this is also, from memory, one of the studios that helped out with some of the Studio Ghibli dubbing when it was taken on by Disney. So they did the Kiki's Delivery Service dub Only Yesterday.
Wow, that's recently.
Castle in the Sky. They've done a lot of Lupin the Third dubs as well. Princess Mononoke's dub. Animatrix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, they've done a lot. And so, like, for this to kind of slip through, I know we're kind of really picking on one single voice here, but it's just so weird. So anyway, Digimon Adventure 2, this originally released in Japan in October 2023. And it's been good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's had a pretty good run.
Except for in the States.
Yeah. But States had like 2 days.
One for Japanese, one for English.
Yeah. Like dubs. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But I think, once again, it might be a case because it hasn't gone through Sony Crunchyroll and all that there was limited pull, if you will, for getting a long run in the cinemas. In the US, they held it on November 8th. We only got it last week, which would have been November 20th, I think it was the start, or 22nd.
Yeah. You'll leave the movie feeling something.
Yeah. Whether that's cringe or whether
trauma.
that's trauma or whether that is, a bit of nostalgia.
Like, watching some of the early parts really hit hard because it was like, oof, seeing the stuff that happened to Louis as a kid.
Yeah, I think we should mention there is a bit of a trigger warning for Louis' story for
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence. It's pretty hard to watch.
Yeah.
And it really kind of establishes why the character has the demeanor he has.
Yeah, originally I was like, he's the first Digi Destined. He might be like a bit of a pick-me.
Yeah.
And he was, but because he had a really bad, horrible upbringing.
I also thought he was a Chunibyo.
Yeah.
And then that came off and I was like, oh!
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's gross.
I was not expecting that. I did it revert at the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sealed shut at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good.
So he has an eye patch But we're
Yeah.
not telling you what's under the eye patch.
You have
we're not
to go
gonna
watch
tell
it
you about the
yourself.
gross side of his face, like the Phantom.
the gross side of his face. Oh my god.
That he broke himself.
Also,
Yeah.
I think Aaron, you should mention what happened in your screening because there is a scene
yeah.
during the story where
The entire screen goes red.
and Louis
Louis
grabs a baseball bat, and the implication is that violence is about to ensue. It's not,
No.
but it's hard to know.
Yeah. So what ended up happening was at my screening, it was myself, my partner, and then there were two other people in the cinema that turned out to be a mother and a child. We only found out it was a mother and child when the scene started to happen and the child was escorted out behind a blanket with the mother covering the child.
From seeing the screen.
From the screen, so he didn't the child didn't have to see it.
Did they come back?
No, they were gone. That was it.
Wow.
Oh wow! So to that mum,
So that mum,
Digimon
that
died.
got real bad. Like, which, I mean, look, if I had a small child and I went to go see that movie, I would have made the same assumption and I would have taken my child.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to get as dark as it is, especially for a PG
Yeah.
film. But I can also comprehend. Yeah,
It gets real heavy.
yeah, it does. It's I'm going to double check that the rating is PG.
Because, like, you can. It doesn't justify it, but you understand why everything is the way it is.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly not a very good rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I went and read a bunch of the reviews before watching it because I wasn't sure I'd be able to. And some of the reviews were terrible.
Yeah.
Like, just absolutely. One of them was not in the UK, not in the UK, 1 star.
Wow,
that's not a film review.
Yeah, right.
It's a distribution review.
And then one of them was talking about the character arc and how it didn't make sense that he'd go back and forth constantly between liking and disliking Digimon. I was like, you weren't paying attention to the movie, were you? It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
He didn't swing back and forth. He just didn't trust them because of bad experience.
Yeah. So it is PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's being in love with someone who eventually hurts you,
Yeah.
but you still love them.
Yeah. They may not have had a experience with relationships.
Yeah, but that's usually what happens with a first relationship.
Well, it's also not an uncommon trope
Yeah.
presented in media.
Yeah. So look, it hits hard in some spots. It's not going to be for everyone. There is definitely, I'd say, a reliance on the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it's been scripted and written.
I tell you, seeing the Digivolution little
Animation.
magical girl transformation scenes, that made me so happy.
Yeah. I know,
The
because I
full
looked over
cinema
and you were like, "Eee!"
Yeah, like monkey brain part of me was like, yay.
Well, like, I want to see more Digivolutions on the big screen.
Yeah, I know,
Like, just,
right?
scratch that itch.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's like, should we go hire Backlog Studios and just watch all of Try back to back?
I don't know if you're ready for that.
Or for the pain?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a lot of pain.
Yeah. But they have a bar, so we can drink our
Oh
sorrows
my
away.
goodness. We could make a Digimon drinking game.
Whenever you want to cry, drink the pain away.
No, you will die. You will have straight up liver failure because you will die.
Fair. But look, the story does revolve around Louis/Rui and his Digimon called Ukamon.
It's a lot of flashbacks.
It's a lot of flashbacks. There's not really a lot of what we kind of would see in the old school Digimon, where it's a lot of fighting, it's a lot of battles. It's not really Monster of the Week. It is a big overarching story over almost 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And
It is a monster of the week, except just 90 minutes.
yeah, it's a story arc for what you would consider for a Digimon series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
Same. Like, it's good plot, good story, but if you're going to Digimon to watch monsters fight, you're gonna...
Yeah. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. And I think that's kind of what these more recent films are doing in the Digimon franchise, because they know a lot of the people who watch these original ones who have the demand for these films are older now.
Yeah.
They're able to deal with some of these more mature
Yeah,
themes.
they want the warm, fuzzy feeling nostalgia
but also something that'll leave them going, ooh.
Yeah.
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 Because it's not the whole world isn't sugar and candy canes and Digimon.
You can't
fun.
just go fight a big monster, destroy half a city, and walk away, and everything's fine.
Yeah, like it was really interesting to see. Like you don't see all the characters from Gen 1, but you do see Tai on TV at some point.
Yes, so that TV is actually an OVA.
Oh,
It's Return of Diaboromon. He digivolves into Armageddonmon. And the funny thing is with that one is Omnimon loses that fight and Imperialdramon comes in.
and this is set between the films.
This is set ages ago.
Oh,
Yeah, like after O2. And they fuse into Imperialdramon Paladin mode. And so I was kind of hoping we'd either get to see that on the TV or there'd be like remnants of Omnimon's energy and Imperialdramon would be able to channel that and like overcome. Yeah.
The reason I mention it is because he was like at a press conference. Tai was talking about the egg because he's become, I guess, the Digimon expert.
Well, Izzy is. Ty's just there because he's one of the OGs.
Yeah, but Izzy wasn't on the screen during it.
No, he was. He was in the bottom right. So when they had the big conference table, you could see him down there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
so,
but they named Tai as the world's foremost expert.
yeah,
Oh, did they?
yeah.
Okay.
They said, they were like, oh, I'm surprised he's not here or whatever. And they're like, well, he is the world's foremost expert, basically. So he's probably pretty busy right now.
And then he's on the screen.
No, that was Izzy they were talking about. And then Kari goes, oh, yeah, I tried calling Tai, but he said he didn't have time for small talk.
Maybe it was. Yeah, it was hard to tell because it was a very quick scene.
Yeah.
And this
what
is
it
in like
was.
the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like the original synopsis for this, which we discussed multiple times on the podcast, is like, the first Digi Destined descends from Tokyo Tower, and it's like, that ain't what happened.
That's not what happens.
It's technically correct, but it's not what happened.
He descends from Tokyo Tower.
Not by choice. It ain't in the lift either. Like, what a weird way to like promo it. Like,
It made him sound a lot more mysterious
it did,
than
didn't
it
it?
actually
Cool.
was.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Well, if he did descend from Tokyo Tower, he'd be 100% a pick-me.
Well, like, descend from Tokyo Tower. It sounds like, he's
A
some
god
sort of
descending.
god type,
Yeah.
but he's just a dude.
Like he'd been locked away in the digital world and he was finally released.
Yeah,
I
something.
mean, that would have been a sick story as
Yeah.
well. Like, do the Jumanji.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Digimon Jumanji.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Like, the digital world smashes into the real world, and
Like, I would have
Digimon
preferred it
stuff
if he
everywhere.
was like 32,
Yeah.
you know?
Instead of like around the same age as the other
Yeah,
Digi
like
Destined.
he got his like 6 months before everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not very
Original,
the first
yeah.
ever. That's,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
he was kind of like the reason for it. if
Yeah,
that
I know,
makes
but
sense,
it's still like,
Well, also, you know how you saw little baby Tai and Kari walking
Yeah.
up the stairs? That's because it was after the very first part of the first Digimon movie. You remember with the Greymon and the Parrotmon fighting in the city?
no.
It's been a hot
Like,
minute.
Okay.
I believe you, obviously.
Speedrun version
I-
of it. They randomly get an egg from the computer. It hatches, turns into Koromon, turns into a big Agumon, not terribly chatty, breaks out of the apartment. Kari goes with him. Tai chases after him. Parrotmon comes out of another digital portal. They fight. Agumon gets his butt kicked. He turns into Greymon, kicks his butt back, and then they both disappear.
And in the flashback, we saw them walking up.
Yeah, up the stairs after that battle.
That can't be after the battle because
That's
he hadn't
before.
even met Thingy yet. Ukemon.
Ukamon.
No, but it wasn't their Koromon or their Agumon. It was a wild one.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't their
So,
Digimon.
so Digimon existed before at
Yes.
this point.
Oh, okay.
But Digi Destined did not until after the Wish.
The Wish.
Okay.
Huh.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because you see that stairwell and that bridge in the, well, originally
That
it
makes
was an OVA.
that makes more sense that they would like do a nod to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of
But
to
if
give
they
you a
were-
sense of time
Yeah.
and what was
Yeah,
happening around then.
continuity. Yeah. Me likey.
Yeah.
Me likey.
Well, like, there's a lot more in Digimon than, like, meets the eye. If you've watched enough, you sort of get more out of it.
It's cute that they gave like the true fans that little.
Little
Hey,
nod.
look at this! Check this out.
You
Look at
remember this?
Remember this bridge?
Hey, do you recognize this, y'all?
Pretty sure Agumon goes under it and, like, breaks a vending machine.
Yeah, it checks out. That'd check out. That'll check it out. Does it end up being the same Agumon
No.
that becomes his partner? No. There you go. Well, yeah. So there you go. Easter eggs and Digi eggs all throughout. So many Digi eggs.
So many DGs.
One for every person.
Including the people you do not want to have a Digimon. Also, like, I completely forgot that, like, when Stingmon digivolves, he starts shooting. And then when they DNA fuse, it's like a Gatling gun. And it's just like, and then the next, like, Imperial Ultramon.
In his little...
Blows up a castle.
Yeah, it's like, I'm really confused as to why.
Oh, that was their original Digivolution sequence.
Yeah, I know, but it's like watching it back as
an adult.
Yeah.
You're like, why?
Why is he destroying things?
It's to show how strong they are.
I know, but it's just... Yeah. You're just like, what?
But the form change was beautiful.
Yeah, the form change was done really well. Animation quality was top notch, as you'd expect for a cinema style one.
Yeah, it was very good.
The characters did feel like they were the continuations of the characters,
But they
was
felt
important.
like they were background characters for Louis.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Which was kind of unfortunate. But you did get to see a nod to, at the original ending of 02, it shows all the Digi Destined grown up with their kids, and Yole ends up with Ken.
Yeah.
And so at the end of this movie, you kind of saw Yole be like, hey.
Hey, you want to hang out sometimes?
And
he's
Ken
like,
being like,
what?
What?
Wait, what did you say?
Come back!
Well, he's completely oblivious to other girls. Like, they showed that when he was at university, and Wormmon was kind of just, like, staring him down.
Yeah, I ship them, and they're pretty cute together.
They are so cute together.
I don't ship, generally, but
I love Ken.
we know that they end up with kids, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a win. Go watch it.
Definitely.
I don't know where it's going to end up once it goes to digital. That's kind of going to be a big question, seeing as that
It'll be somewhere in the digital world. You saw that coming a mile off.
do I have something?
Oh, you do.
I do. Hey!
You keep punishing me with it.
You keep punishing us all with...
You say punishing, but you love
punishment.
it.
I think Last Legend Kizuna might be on Netflix at the moment in some areas, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a similar location
I think
for
I
this.
remember seeing it on Netflix.
Yeah. Because I remember Netflix had Try for a period as well.
Yeah.
So whether this ends up on there as well, just keep an eye out. If you keep an eye out on Anime News Network, we'll probably know something in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, they'll let you know if anyone else will.
Yeah. Okay, and with that, it is time to talk about some anime news.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
As always, let's start off with a bit of controversy. There is a live-action Naruto in the works at Lionsgate. They've had the rights since 2017.
Lionsgate?
Yep. Yeah. And Tasha Huao, who did Red Sonja and Tomb Raider's animated series, is apparently involved in the script. This has been reported in Variety. They got details on this in the 10 screenwriters to watch for 2023 list, which included her, who's reportedly work on the Naruto live-action movie. We don't know much more about it at this point. There is no release date, there is no confirmation of cast or anything else. They've had the rights since 2016, actually, at Lionsgate. I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Did you ever watch any of the Naruto stage plays?
Yeah, but that's setting a very high bar for Hollywood adaptations.
Yeah, but like they could just put them all together and release them.
They should.
They should. Like, I would watch that.
That'd be cool if they got the same actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the outfits as well that they had in the stage plays. Oh.
Yeah, they're really high
Yeah.
quality.
I haven't seen any of them.
I think the one I watched was called Song of Akatsuki. And like at the end, it was like the last time they were performing it or whatever. So they all came forward and like they bowed and they thanked everyone and they introduced their characters and who they were as actors and like said a little thing about thank you. It was really nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So this is probably not going to be great. but there's quite a history involved in this live-action adaptation. So rights were first acquired, by the sounds of it, in 2015, before being transferred to Lionsgate in 2016, which was then confirmed by Shonen Jump. So they Tracking Board reported in 2015 that Avi Arad, who did Hollywood's Ghost in the Shell, Gamba to Nakama Tachi, and his son Ari Arad were producing the film at Arad Productions, but then it transferred over to Lionsgate in 2016. Then in 2017, the guys that did, so John and Erich Hober, who did Red and Red 2, which was like the retired assassins sort of films, which was like Bruce Willis and Dame Miriam and all that. The assassins with John Malkovich, who's crazy, and all that. They were on board to rewrite the script in 2017. Then in 2018, they stated the staff were still working on the script because Gracie, who was Michael Gracie, who did The Greatest Showman, he was now directing it again. He wanted to make sure it had the approval of Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto. Then it's unclear if any of the above people are involved at all. So it's kind of a little bit like the Akira live action film, where we're just like, what the heck is actually happening? It's just in production hell. We could never see this.
Yeah.
It could be a case that the rights agreement with Lionsgate runs out and someone else grabs it.
I'm kind of hoping that what they said about getting Kishimoto's approval is real, and they do what One Piece did.
Yeah.
But that's holding it to a very high standard again, and that's...
But now that standard's been set...
I mean, look,
I don't know if it's been set, though. It's been established that they can do it, but whether or not they choose to is...
Well, I'm just wondering if they want to make it, properly, because that Naruto is a big one to bomb.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just kept running into blockades with... something new has then set the bar higher, and then the bar gets higher and higher. And now maybe after One Piece, they might go that route.
I think it's probably a case if they don't know how to actually adapt it for a Western audience.
They don't need to.
I know they don't need to, but when they started it, that would have been the approach. If you think they started this in 2015.
In 2015, that was the approach.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's not the approach anymore.
So how that pans out, I don't know. But look, we don't know when it's coming. We don't know when it's happening. The only thing we know is that Tasha Hiao is involved in it in some form as a writer at this stage. But Variety could be lying, and she could not be attached to it anymore. So go figure. Who knows?
Make up news for clout.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's the variety of life. Okay, on to another live action, but not controversial. Teasing Master Takagi-san, the manga, is inspiring a live-action film set 1 decade later from the end of the series, but also before the sequel manga where they have a kid together. And this is both where Takagi and Ichikawa are in school. Nishikata are both teachers working at their old school. And the story is set on a small island that is kind of west in that little strait between Osaka and Hiroshima in Japan. And that's where the creator lives. And there's only a couple of schools on that island. So it would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
But the cast look perfect for it. And it's basically, Nishikata's going to be a sports teacher, and Takagi was just I guess you could say all-rounder, because it's primary school.
Homeroom kind of... Oh, right.
Primary middle
grade
school.
teacher.
Yeah. But yeah, they look perfect for the actual characters. They've even got the forehead right for her.
Where's her fang?
She doesn't have a fang.
I thought she did.
No, that's Nagatoro.
Dude, there's too many of these.
Yeah. And Carl loves all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I have a problem.
That's why I'm so mean to him, because he likes it.
Oh, he likes the mean girls.
Yeah.
No.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No, we're not doing that today.
No, today's Sunday.
Exactly. So this is apparently going to open in Japanese cinemas in end of May 2024, so next year. And it's going to be original story set in the manga's original middle school setting. Apparently, creator is... my brain's just died. I can see the word, but I can't pronounce it. Masamoto-san? I can't remember the creator of the manga. It's a pen name. But they are involved in some of the production as well, so it'll be good. And to be honest, all the spin-offs that have been from the series have been quite good. And there is a new spin-off coming, a new manga series as well, which is going to be following their daughter in middle school. It sounds very similar. Except that she tries to tease, but the guy she's trying to tease fails quite regularly because he's quite deadpan.
Right.
So she doesn't get a reaction and then ends up blushing because she's got, Nishikata's genes in there too. It's like you combine the characters and it went funny. It's good. It looks really cute. Look, you guys can just go, yeah, whatever, Carl, but I'm gonna enjoy that.
Look, we weren't gonna stop you.
Yeah, look, I'm on a tangent. Cardcaptor Sakura, the clear card manga, has come to an end. It's getting a special arc in March of next year, so 2024. We do not know quite what that's going to entail. Oh, no.
Do you want to say that again?
We don't know quite what that's going to entail at this stage. So hopefully it's going to give us a really good reason to finally do that Card Captors episode.
The fabled Card Captor episode.
Yeah. We have been putting that off, but it's just because we haven't been able to get everyone in the studio together because every team member wants to be involved. Even people who are not in the team want to be involved. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have enough mics. I'm going to have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's come to an end. There is going to be that special release in April. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Time for a nap.
The manga's 15th compiled volume is going to ship in November, with the final volume releasing on April 1st, 2024. And this does kind of bring the saga to an end. This was a sequel to the original series, so I don't actually know, because I haven't had a look at it yet, what the situation is with the cards in this, because we did collect all the cards in the original series. So do the cards get redistributed? Is there a different deck?
Maybe they evolve.
I mean, Digimon.
This will give me time to rewatch it, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
But we couldn't find the...
The movie?
No, like the original series, like the series that we grew up with.
So there are 2 dubs for Cardcaptor Sakura, the original series.
Yeah.
And Australia got one of the random dubs, which you can't find anywhere.
Of course.
Kira Lee has it on her DVD set, but it was never released on Blu-ray. So you get the American dub, which is very different voice acting.
Yeah, I
don't
like
And I actually
it.
say not as good. So what I might have to do is ask Kira Lee if I can borrow her DVDs, rip the audio tracks, rip the Blu-rays that we've got, put it over there and swap it as a new audio track, combine them, and then put them on a drive to watch that way, so that we can actually watch the original voice.
Or I could just watch the DVDs. Like, it doesn't need to be...
Yeah.
I mean, you make a
doesn't
good
need to be
point.
HD.
You make a
Fine.
good point.
I don't need the Blu-ray visuals. I just need
you do.
my sound that I grew up with.
Fair.
The nostalgia.
Fair. It's not right. The one
It's
that we've
left.
got is not right.
That's fair. Well, I mean, somebody did that with the OG Digimon movie.
Yeah.
They took the Blu-ray release of all the OVAs and put the original English dub over it before it was officially released.
Someone's done
That was
this.
very kind of them.
Someone has done the same with the Neon Genesis remasters for the TV series, because the version that was put out on the Blu-ray has really bad audio. Like really, really bad. And the original, like the Platinum collection that I've got, the DVD collection, has such cleaner audio. And you're sitting there going, what happened? Like if you were having trouble getting the audio from it, you guys would have had the budget to go and buy a copy of the Platinum Edition.
Easily.
Like, if you didn't have it on hand already. But yeah, whoever mixed it just messed it up. So there's crackles, there's pops, there's all these other things that shouldn't be in there. The color grading's also off as well. So like you get you know how like if there's a black section on the screen and then the lighting contrast hasn't been done right, it can sort of pixelate.
Yeah.
That's called artifacting. There's artifacting on the Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
There shouldn't be. Like that should just
Sounds
be
like
a
they were
flat
really
single color
lazy
palette.
when they
it
brought it up.
was lazy, and that's what it comes down to. So there are alternative versions where people have taken the Blu-rays for the good episodes where there's no artifacting and put the original audio with them. And then for the ones where there is artifacting, upscaled the original footage, overlaid it over the small section where the artifacting is, and then cut out the artifacting on its own. So they've literally patched the problem.
God, people are wild.
Throwing Band-Aids on it.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so people share that online. Anyway, well off topic. There is a new anime coming. I know, shock horror. It's
Only one?
Just one.
We're going to be out of a job soon, guys.
Yukinubu Tatsu's Dan manga is getting a TV anime. It's animated by Science Saru, who did You Don't Mess with Aizuken, which is fantastic. This one is one that Tifa brought up for us, and this is about a nerd must fight powerful spirits and aliens, all vying for the secret power of his family jewel. So who better to fight alongside him than his high school crush and a spirit granny?
Okay, you had me at spirit grandma. I
know, right?
Let's go.
Is this Yu Hakusho?
I don't know. I just know that Tifa was really excited for this. So Momayase and Okaran are on opposite sides of the paranormal spectrum regarding what they believe in and what they won't. Their quest to prove each other wrong leads them down a path to secret crushes and paranormal battles they'll have to participate in to believe. Momoyose strikes up an unusual friendship with her school's UFO fanatic, whom she nicknames Okaran because he has a name that is not to be said aloud. While Momo believes in spirits, she thinks aliens are nothing but nonsense. Her friend, meanwhile, thinks the exact opposite. To settle matters, the two set out to prove each other wrong. Momo to a UFO hotspot and Okaran to a haunted tunnel. What unfolds next is a beautiful story of young love and oddly sexy aliens and spirits.
Sexy aliens?
And spirits.
Haunted tunnel?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting...
And I can finally find an anime that we both love.
So look, don't know what the rating of this is going to be. It is going to have Hiroshi Seko supervising and writing the script. He was in Attack on Titan final season, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Mob Psycho 100. Composer Kensuke Ushio, who did the music for Chainsaw Man, Devilman Crybaby, Liz and the Bluebird is doing the music. And Naoki Onda, who did Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, Berserk, the Golden Age arc, is doing character design. Along with Mob Psycho 100's designer Yoshimichi Kameda doing the aliens and supernatural entities.
Cool.
It sounds like an all-star cast.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty cool. It looks kind of funny and cute, and it looks bombastically colourful, which is exactly what we want from Science Saru.
I dig it.
Like,
that style looks great.
If they didn't have Science Saru doing it, then you'd have Trigger do this. Like, it's that type of style. It looks really good. I understand why Tifa's excited for it. There's a trailer out there for it, which I'll show you afterwards, but it looks really good. Now, Oshinoko, second season has been confirmed for 2024, so it is definitely coming next year. Delicious in Dungeons anime is going to screen in Japanese theaters in December, starting December 8. It's got a 3-week advanced screening run in 41 cinemas in Japan before it starts in January proper. So my understanding is it's just the first couple or so episodes. They don't specify how long the session runs for, so I'm guessing we'll know a little bit more about that soon. If you go to it, you will get in the first week a special 80-page booklet with an original manga drawn by Kui, the creator of the series. Yeah, 4 main cast members are going to appear at 4 of the screenings in Shinjuku World 9 and Grand Cinema Sunshine Ikebukuro. So if you're in Tokyo and you're a fan of Delicious in Dungeons manga and you want to meet the cast and get some free stuff, this is how you do it. Starts like December 8th. First week you want to get in if you want to get that booklet. They probably will not last long because this is a really beloved manga.
I feel like Kenny would enjoy it.
Kenny's the one who told me about it the first time.
how to do it.
Yeah, and it's been a finalist for the new franchise manga award every year it's been out. Basically, if you have less than 100 chapters, you can qualify for it, and it gets nominated every year. And it finished with like 108 chapters.
Oh, wow.
So it's like it only just broke that, and then it won like one of the big awards when it finished. It's just like it's been for its entire run, it never won an award. Was nominated in so many categories, and when it finishes, they go, okay, here you go. Participation award.
So we're sending Kenny to a screening? We're sending him to Japan on his own?
That would be the worst idea I could think of. I love Kenny, but I think he would panic.
He would panic.
So bad there, because he'd be like, oh my God, okay. Like, it was really funny when I went traveling with him like a decade ago. We went to Italy, and he learnt mi scusi, as in like, excuse me, in Italian. He then used that in every country afterwards. They just thought he was Italian. It was really funny.
Okay, so he's going to go to Japan and be like, mi scusi.
Probably, yeah. Banished from the Heroes Party Season 2 is debuting on January 7. And the last big bit of news, Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron has won the New York Film Critics Award for Best Animated Film of the Year. They announced the winners of the 89th Annual Awards on Thursday. The latest feature film obviously winning Best Animated Film. It competed against Makoto Shinkai Suzume, as well as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Robot Dreams, and Elemental. So that's like...
Big names.
Big names.
Yeah.
Considering Across the Spider-Verse won the...
That was huge.
Yeah.
I think I saw that like 5 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. G-Kids have licensed it, and North American releases start on December 8th. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, same here. We get it on December 8th as well.
We get it at the same time as the US.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, preview
That's
screenings.
nice.
There is a full English dub as well as the subtitled version going out. So it's...
In cinemas?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to go see both.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no.
The dub...
no.
We've mentioned before, but the dub is exceptional. Like, it is like top,
the names,
top tier dub. Hang on, I'll quickly pull up the dub list. So, you have... Why is it taking me to... That's weird. It's like, here is the meaning of the word dub. Why do you have a link for that?
Okay, which version of the definition is it? Because you can get a dub, meaning get a W, get a win.
Yeah.
And you can get a dub, which is like a voiceover, or you can get a dub, which is a double, which is 2. So, come on, guys, we got a few.
Yeah, well, it's obviously
I don't
the
think
voice
it's
dub.
the Urban Dictionary one.
No. So, the English dub includes Christian Bale.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Christian Bale, Dave Bautista, Gemma Chan, William Dafoe, Karen Fukuhara, Mark Hamill, Robert Pattinson, and Florence Pugh.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to be in that recording studio,
Oh my
watching
God.
them all come in.
Could you imagine being in that script reading room?
Oh, be amazing.
Because that, when they're doing the official audio, they don't have to be in the same room. But if they're sitting there all reading the script for the
Yeah.
Be pretty amazing.
Just to be a fly on the wall.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So, Luca Padovan is playing Maki Mahito, who is the main character, the boy, if you will.
Not the heron?
Yeah, he's quite young actor. The Grey Heron is being voiced by Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Christian Bale, I think, is doing Mahito's father, Shoichi Maki. And William Dafoe is voicing the Noble Pelican.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, his gritty voice. I can
Yes.
see that.
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill is the grand uncle.
I could see him as like a grandma as well. Like,
Dave
Oh,
Bautista.
he'd do that gladly.
he could do that.
Dave Bautista is the Parakeet King.
The parakeet. Oh my goodness.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
So-
the faces.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, that pelican is not holding up too well.
No, it is not. But
Oh,
here's the
he's not
thing.
okay.
That's our next episode topic, because it comes out literally 3 days from now for advanced screenings for us here in Australia.
Yeah.
That will be our next episode. But yeah, I think
Happy days.
that's where we should probably wrap up this episode.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Well, that is where we're going to leave things. Thank you so much for listening and helping stay along with us while we fight off wild cats going berserk in the studio. Don't know how much of that is going to remain in the final cut, but we will see. So next time we are heading back to the cinemas twice in a row because we're finally getting the Studio Ghibli Boy and the Heron film. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I mean, it's had pretty good reviews. So this was tagged as Miyazaki's last film, but now that he's done it, he's like, I've got another idea. The guy is never going to retire.
What a lad.
So, love him. If you have enjoyed what you've heard and you love us as well, hit that subscribe button and join us for future episodes. If you go on YouTube, the thumbs up button is greatly appreciated. It helps with the algorithm.
We are all but a slave to the algorithm.
We're all a slave to the algorithm. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section as well. As previously mentioned, we do also have videos on the YouTube channel as well. I have been saying for a while that we'll get back to some more of them. I've got some footage that we did while we were in Japan, so I do need to edit that, probably happening over the Christmas break. And there's some other goofy things planned with the team.
Are you doing
as well.
like a Christmas episode or anything?
No, not this year.
Okay.
Not this year. We've kind of changed our approach. We used to do our big end of year wrap up, but we now do that in January as the first show of the year because it's just kind of a bit too much. During the Christmas
busy.
period. Yeah. There was also quite a lot involved in it previously, and it basically resulted in me working and editing all through Christmas. It's not good.
That being said, those were some beautiful videos.
They were very well animated.
But they took you too long.
They took me weeks. Yeah. So that's not going to be a thing anymore. But we will be doing a Kawaii-Fi Awards in January, which will be live streamed, and we can all dress up fancy if we want and celebrate the last year of anime.
We can wear suits.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's the Oscars.
Yeah. We'll have to just fill the room with gold. We'll just get like all the gold tinsel and Christmas
Leftover
baubles and
from
just put that up
Christmas.
everywhere.
Yeah, perfect.
Need decorations high.
Hi. Now, as always, a big thank you to our Patreon members. If you would like to support the channel and get access to content such as the pre-show podcast, outtakes, video extras, and many other bits and bobs, follow the links in the episode descriptions. Memberships start from $1 a month, and you can also follow us on Patreon just in general for access to major show updates. If you haven't already, make sure you're following us on social media, on the Kawaii-Fi community. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Discord, and Twitter, at least for now, because X is stupid.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it. We've kind of had a bit of a busy few months, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. But let's bring on the new year. Looking forward to that.
Hell yeah, let's go 2024.
But for now, let's bring on some nachos.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
So you've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, watch some anime!
I'm serious about the nachos.